The Honda Civic has one of the best reputations in the used car market, and honestly, it deserves most of it. But here's what the sales listing won't tell you. Some generations of this car are genuinely problematic, and buying the wrong one because you trusted the badge could cost you thousands. Today we're going through 7 generations of Civic, 3 you should walk away from, and 4 that will run forever if you treat them right. One generation was so bad that Honda had to quietly fix it in under a year. And the best one on this list is still the benchmark 30 years later. Subscribe so you don't miss our next breakdown, and let's get into the worst ones first. Worst number 3, 7th generation, 2001 to 2005. The 7th gen Civic looks fine on paper, decent fuel economy, reasonable price, the Honda name on the hood, but the moment you dig into ownership data, the problems stack up fast. Start with the suspension. Honda ditched the double wishbone front setup that made earlier Civics a joy to drive and replaced it with a torsion beam arrangement. It was cheaper to build and worse to drive, and enthusiasts never forgave it. The handling edge that made the Civic stand out from every other economy car just disappeared. Then there's the D17 engine. Head gasket failures on this motor come up constantly across owner forums described as really common, and the repair bill is no joke. You're looking at anywhere from $980 on the low end to over $3,000 if the head needs machining. Late 2004 builds received a revised gasket design from Honda, but earlier, VINs got nothing, and those cars are still out there on the used market right now. If you're looking at a 7th gen, avoid 2001 through early 2004 entirely. If you do, consider 1. Pressure test the cooling system and check the service history for any overheating events before you hand over a single dollar. The 7th gen was a quiet disappointment. The next one was a lot louder about it. Worst number 2, 9th generation, 2012. Specifically, Consumer Reports pulling a recommendation on a Honda Civic is not something that happens. It is the kind of move that lands in automotive news because this car had been a default buy for decades. The 2012 Civic made it happen. The complaints were everywhere. The ride was harsh and jittery on roads that other small cars handled without drama. The naturally aspirated 2-liter felt gutless. The interior looked like it was designed by someone who had never sat inside a competitor's car, and not in a good way. Rental car is the phrase that showed up in review after review, and it stuck. Honda's response to all of this was a mid-cycle refresh so aggressive that it basically confirmed every criticism. You don't redesign a car that's only been out for a year because everything is going well. The Earth Dreams CVT in early builds made things worse, drawing consistent complaints about hesitation and sluggish response when you actually needed the car to move. If you're set on a 9th gen, skip 2012 entirely. 2014 onward, after the refresh, is a different car. But if you owned a 2012, drop a comment below because we want to know what it was actually like to live with day to day. The 9th gen was embarrassing for a company with Honda's reputation, but the number 1 worst Civic on this list is actually more frustrating because it started out looking like a genuinely great car. Worst number 1, 10th generation, early 1.5T, 2016 to 2018. The 10th gen Civic turned heads when it launched, aggressive styling, a turbocharged engine finally in a standard Civic, a properly modern interior. Honda looked like it had figured everything out. Then cold weather hit. The 1.5T engine in these early builds had a fuel dilution problem. Unburned fuel was mixing into the engine oil, thinning it out and reducing lubrication at the exact moments the engine needed it most. Short trips in cold climates were the worst-case scenario, and fuel dilution above 3.5% was documented in related engines after as few as 4,000 miles. Honda pushed out software updates to raise engine temperatures and adjust transmission behavior, but there was never a full recall. Owners in cold regions were still reporting the issue through 2024. Later builds, particularly the 2022 Civic, score 4.2 out of 5 on Kelley Blue Book, which tells you Honda eventually sorted it out. But those early cars carry real risk. Avoid the 2016 to 2018 1.5T if you live somewhere that gets a proper winter. Or skip the turbo entirely and go for the 2-liter naturally aspirated sport trim, which sidesteps the whole issue. The worst are done. Now let's talk about the ones worth actually owning. Best number 4, 8th generation, 2006 to 2011. After everything we just covered, this is where the mood shifts. The 8th Gen Civic is one of the most underrated used car purchases you can make right now, and if you've been sleeping on it, this section is going to wake you up. First, the interior. Honda gave this generation a 2-tier digital dashboard that looked like it belonged in a fighter jet. It still turns heads today, which is remarkable for a car that's been around since 2006. It aged better than almost anything else in its class from that era, and that matters when you're driving something every single day. The engine underneath most of these is the R18, a 1.8-liter naturally aspirated unit that is one of the most quietly bulletproof motors Honda has ever put in a mainstream car. Owners are routinely hitting 200,000 miles on basic maintenance. No turbo to worry about, no direct injection carbon buildup, just a simple engine that does its job without drama. If you want more from the 8th gen, the SI trim runs the K2 OZ3. It's naturally aspirated, it revs freely, and it rewards you every time you work through the gears. No turbo failure risk, no boost-related headaches, just a high-revving Honda 4-cylinder doing exactly what it was built to do. Consumer Reports rates the 2011 above average, and 2009 through 2011 is the sweet spot of the generation. The known wear items are AC compressor degradation and wheel bearing noise, both of which show up with age. But neither one is expensive to fix. Target 2009 to 2011. Check for those two issues before you buy. If you think the 8th gen is underrated, hit that like button right now because you are correct. Best number 3, 11th generation, 2022 to present. The 11th gen is what happens when Honda takes every lesson from the previous 20 years and actually applies them. The interior quality jump from the 10th to the 11th generation is not subtle. The materials, the fit, the layout, it genuinely competes with entry-level Acura products, and that is not something you could have said about any Civic before this one. The chassis is the most composed the Civic has felt in decades. It's planted without feeling stiff, and it handles real roads the way a well-sorted car should. Honda found the balance that had been missing since they walked away from double wishbone setups in the early 2000s. The 1.5T in this generation is a fundamentally different situation from the early 10th gen cars we talked about earlier. Years of refinement went into solving the problems that plagued those 2016 to 2018 builds. Reliability scores across major review platforms sit between 4.2 and 4.5 out of 5. That's not a marketing number. That's owners reporting back after putting real miles on these cars. The SI trim is the sweet spot for value against performance. You get a 6-speed manual, a properly sorted suspension tune, and more than enough power for daily driving without the price premium of the Type R. Any 2022 onward is a strong buy. This generation restored confidence in the Civic nameplate after the 10th gen's rough early years. Best number 2, 5th generation, 1992 to 1995. Now we're going back to where the legend started. The 5th Gen EG chassis is the car that turned the Civic from a practical economy car into a cultural icon, and it did it with double wishbone suspension at all 4 corners, a setup so well balanced that engineers and driving instructors still reference it today. These cars are light, genuinely light in a way that modern cars simply aren't anymore, and that weight advantage makes every part of the driving experience sharper. The D and B series engines are simple, honest, and extraordinarily long-lived on regular maintenance. Parts availability is exceptional 30 years on because the community never stopped supporting them, and so many were built that the supply chain never dried up. Clean examples are appreciating now. Real money is moving for well-kept EG Civics, which tells you exactly what the market thinks of them long-term. The primary enemy at this point is corrosion, not mechanical failure. Inspect the subframe, the floor, and the rockers carefully. The engine will almost certainly outlast any rust you find if you catch it early enough. Best number 1, 6th generation, 1996 to 2000. The EK is the gold standard, not just the best Civic ever built. The gold standard for what an affordable, reliable, genuinely rewarding daily car should be. The styling landed perfectly and never really aged. The chassis took everything the EG started and refined it. B16 and B18 engines in SI and SIR trims are naturally aspirated, high revving, and built to run indefinitely with nothing more than regular oil changes. Owner forums document these cars crossing 250,000 miles without major mechanical intervention. The D16 base engine is even simpler and arguably more durable for pure daily use. This is the car that turned Honda reliability into cultural shorthand. It's not a phrase people use because of marketing, it's a phrase people use because of the EK. Comment below if you own one. We genuinely want to know how many miles you're sitting at right now. So here's what 7 generations of Civic actually tells you. The badge means nothing without the year. The generation you pick is everything. Walk away from the 7th gen if the VN predates late 2004. Avoid the 2012 9th gen entirely. And if you're buying an early 10th gen 1.5T and you live somewhere that gets real winters, you're taking on a known risk with no manufacturer safety net. On the other side, the 8th gen 2009 to 2011 is one of the best used car values on the market right now. The 11th gen SI is the most complete Civic Honda has ever sold. The 5th gen EG is appreciating for a reason. And the 6th gen EK is simply the benchmark, full stop. Comment below and tell us which generation you own or which one on this list surprised you the most. We read every single comment and we want to hear from you. If you want more breakdowns like this one, where we cut through the badge hype and tell you exactly what you're actually buying, subscribe right now. We have more deep dives dropping soon, and you don't want to miss them. And if you want to know why the Kia Stinger never reached its potential, watch this video next.